in the Zoom tonight, all those in the Zoom tonight, especially to the management of Terahertz Malaysia Syndrome Berhad, all those who make an effort to come into Zoom tonight, we appreciate it. Welcome, those of you who are first time in this Zoom. Dr. Prabhu's talk tonight is the 72 episodes on cellular hydration and health. So we are very blessed and to have Dr. Prabhu with us. Dr. Prabhu is a epigenetic wellness consultant. He's an ENT specialist, human biovibes analysis. It's a member of the world, medical groups, consultants to hospitals and doctors. And he's a contributor to many, many medical journals and magazines. So we are very, very glad that Dr. Prabhu is here to do a sharing with us. So without further ado, can we welcome Dr. Prabhu, please? Dr. Prabhu? Is Dr. Prabhu around?
Yes, I'm already in, Anna. Good evening to you.
Okay. Yeah, good evening.
Okay, very good evening and a blessed evening to all of you. Today, actually it is 71st episode for me, not 72, it's 71. But still, at the end of the day, it's a journey which 70% of our human body contains water. So in the same way, I have also completed the 70% of my part of assisting terahertz and the beautiful souls where I have been sharing a lot of information. So today's very simple topic is cellular hydration and health. Not many of us are aware that cellular hydration plays a very important role in our regular health. For the reason is we don't see it in our eyes unless someone would have met Eddie or people who are doing the live blood analysis for checking your hydration. Then only you would probably see under the microscope and then see, wow, the cells are getting hydrated. Once you drink the water, you're able to see. But most of the functions, when you see, we are not able to understand how it functions, but it is there. So very simple and very beautiful and very a wonderful day for me, because today is the 71st episode what I'm sharing with you. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and thank you very much for the enthusiasm of every one of you to join us every week. And thanks to our George, then Brian, Anna here today, then other beautiful souls who have been assisting directly or indirectly. Thank you very much for this wonderful day, for making me and making things happen for me for 70 episodes. Thank you very much. Now, as Anna had clearly mentioned that I'm into total wellness solutions. So basically, I'm giving a solution. So what I do is I don't treat anybody. That's why I'm very clear when I'm talking to my clients. I call them as clients because the moment I put them as patient, then we are thinking of a disease and then you want to treat them. And most of us, of course, will have some metabolic issues wherein because of that, there is a manifestation of diseases. Now, this is where when we can work at the cellular level, definitely we'll be able to help the person to either get into a healthy mode, or we can reverse the disease, or we can actually at least constrain the disease from moving further. At least we can stop the disease from moving further. So in that way, the cellular concept of health is something now the name newly given is called epigenetic wellness. And this has been there in the market for almost 15 years. But in Malaysia, we came across this concept in 2015. Now, after that also, it took almost 2 to 3 years for me to understand that this is something working at the cellular level. And then where we can work on assisting beautifully, where we can help to control of diabetes, or you can name the disease, we are able to assist those people and then help them to become better. So in that way, many a times irrespective of the marketing tool what they all use, irrespective of the products, irrespective of the companies out there, right? It may be a multi-level marketing company, or maybe there are companies out there that they are talking about products which can give a lot of improvement to your health. But ultimately, what you need to understand is you need to ask yourself, how healthy are you? Most of us think that, okay, I got my blood test done and then everything looks normal. And at the end of the day, the doctors also would say everything is okay. You can carry on with your normal schedule. But this is where we differ to let you know that yes, blood tests will not show you the disease as such unless it is presenting to you in a disease form. But there will be a lot of changes happening inside at the cellular and the tissue level, wherein there will be something going on which we can work on it and then reverse it. So in that way, if you are looking at diabetes, basically what we are talking is, if we can handle the sugar metabolism, definitely we'll be able to help the person to control the sugar level much more easier than whatever the modules of treatment they are taking now. But still, there are certain times what will happen is, when you once a disease sets in, it's slightly difficult for us also to revert back to them to normal. So it may take a little longer period. Now, what do you mean by being healthy is, for example, if you have fever and you don't take any medications for it, and then without that, if your body can recoup back, that means you're a healthy individual. Maybe you fall sick, maybe you have a little bit of sore throat or running nose, but you're not on any treatment, but automatically within 3 to 5 days, you get recovered. That means your body is healthy enough to recoup back. So here what is happening is, all depends on your epigenetics. So basically, if your cellular health is good, definitely you will not fall sick so easily and you will be a healthy individual. And I think many of you down there are also very, very healthy, because I think your food habits, many a times we ignore the way we think actually. Many a times from outside we think, we look at a person and we think that that person will be very healthy, but in the mind wise their vibration will be very low and they definitely will be having something going on inside. Now if you see a lot of people who are all undergoing a lot of stressful condition today, one of the commonest diseases what you see is cancer. Very, very common. Every other person you see, they are suffering from cancer. Or a person who has been treated for cancer 10, 15 years ago, all was okay, suddenly out of the blue, once again the cancer cells have started multiplying, and then once again there is a growth, and now the doctors will tell you it is a stage 4. Now, what exactly is happening is, there are epigenetic factors which we need to regularly check it every 3 months once. That is when you will exactly know what you need to do. Because in this universe, everything changes every 3 months. So you also should better check yourself every 3 months, not the blood test, but you need to get your cellular check. And then whatever necessary, you need to change those factors, so that that particular factor, once you give it to your body, the best doctor, who is it? It's in your body. The cells are intelligent enough to pick up those vitamins and minerals, trace elements, carbohydrates or proteins, whatever we eat, and utilize to the best of their abilities, and then give you a good health. So that means if one cell is healthy, automatically we can assume that the other cells also will become healthy, because all are functioning the same way. Now, as a human being, if you can understand that 70% of your cells out of the 50 trillion cells, if 70% of the cells are healthy, your body can handle any kind of situation, and that in turn will give you a very, very healthy state of minds, healthy state of body, healthy state at the soul level as well. Now, in the animal kingdom, if you look at, we are supposed to be the most evolved, right? Now, there is something which always it will be taunting in my mind is, one small mosquito, which is so small, it can bite you, and then after that, person dies. We call it as dengue fever or even typhoid, but it is because of a mosquito. Now, we are such a huge evolved organism, but when you look at the lower animal kingdom, I wouldn't see any dog dying of dengue fever, or maybe other animals which are there, which will die after a mosquito bite. Now, how is that? Now, how is that their immune system is much better than our immune system? Actually speaking, if you look at our immune system starts going down. You know why? One of the main reason I would say is our mindset. You go on talking negative things in your life, you go on seeing negativity in our outside your life, and you go on talking negative, thinking negative, and acting negatively. What happens is your cell starts vibrating at a very lower level. Now once you are at a lower level, automatically these bacteria and viruses, they also function at a low frequency only, so they automatically get attracted. So once they attract you, automatically you attract them. Actually, it's your vibration which attracts them. So once you attract, automatically you set in with the disease. Now, once you set in with the disease, what will happen? There will be a process going on inside your body and you don't even know. Most of us, you see today, you go to the hospital for some problem, and then they will do all the checking, and finally they'll say stage 4 cancer or stage 3 cancer. Now, why is that? The first stage, second stage, you never even knew it. Now, it is because many a times our body will be sending signals to you saying that, look, I'm not okay. Can you please, do something about it? It might be, for example, like it might be a person who is a smoker, and then there is a lot of issues which he goes on, or maybe he had an heart attack, and then later on the doctor will say your vessels are all, thickened. So thereby you better stop smoking. Now you tell me, after smoking for 30, 40 years, and finally when you are 60 years old, and you get a stroke or you get a heart attack, and that is when you start changing your lifestyle, changing your habits, you think your body will be able to accommodate your change and then okay, become very, very healthy? No, it is not an easy task. It will be a difficult task. That's why I always request the youngsters down there, always start looking at your life, very positive. See what you eat, what time you get up in the morning, what kind of thoughts you have in your mind. Are you really talking something which makes sense for you and your surroundings, or does it not make sense? See, many a times we all will be talking an issue which you and I cannot change. For example, if the price hike is there in the commodities, be it you go to a restaurant or be it you go to a mall to buy something, definitely after this COVID 4 years, definitely the prices have shot up. Now, if the prices have gone up, what is that you and I can do? Can you go and reduce the price? Can you go and talk to the minister and tell him, hey, look, all the prices are very high, you better bring it down? You think you and I can do it? Cannot. Now, what will happen is, even if you shout to the peak of your voice and then put it in your Facebook or any social media, nothing is going to change. Now, here, what you need to do, you need to start working on how do I earn an extra money. Now, that is where businesses come in. That is where there's a lot of avenues available. Now, people who focus on their personal life and start working on it and start working on their business and start working on their journey of life, they will be able to move forward. So here in the animal kingdom, what I would like to highlight is, see, we are so vulnerable to situations. We are so vulnerable to any conditions. You just imagine a little bit hot weather. We go on talking about, oh, it's so hot, cannot do this, cannot do that. We go on complaining. Can we not go and look at what are the other solutions? See, you and I are in a position where we do have an air conditioned room, air conditioned car. There are so many things available. So you look at what is the best available comfort for you, and within your financial reach, you should probably look into what is available. Now, if you are not able to, then the second option you have is you have to adapt to the situation. That means you cannot buy a aircon. It's still okay without aircon. At least we have a ceiling fan or a table fan. You should be able to handle it. In the same way, there are so many things we as human being in God's creation, we can get adapted to anything under the sun. We are the most adaptable beings, but in reality, we are the most actually non-adaptable being, because the moment we put in a non-adaptable situation, we start complaining. This is what we all are doing. So we need to be a little more careful in what we are thinking, because it affects your cellular health. Now, why am I specifically talking about your mindset, your day-to-day activities, your food habits? Because everything starts at the cell level. Now, when you're talking about cell level, you just see this picture, you will understand. Cell level is number one. Number two is all the cells to put together is your tissues. Now, all the tissues put together is an organ. And all the organs set in a human being is a whole body. So you as a whole body definitely are fully manufactured in the right proportion in every aspect of your life. But everything begins at the cell level. We have 50 trillion cells in our body. Now, what happens? Every cell starts doing their job in their own timings. They will do their job. What we need to do, we are supposed to give them the right nutrition, the right kind of water, very, very important water. Now, because we are all talking about terahertz water or even drinking water. So this is where our system with the terahertz resonated water is much more easily absorbable, is much more easily penetrating. Now, that's the reason there are a lot of people out there who are able to, come out of diseases. They feel more healthy, they look more brighter. So there are a lot of testimonies available. But what I would request every one of you is, it's not the testimony that which should actually activate your brain and then only you start drinking terahertz water. It should not be that. You just close your eyes. After my today's presentation, you will understand that why is that cellular health plays a very important role, because there are a lot of things happening at the cellular level. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to look into it. In fact, every day, 10 to 15 minutes, just close your eyes and visualize your cells in your body. Say thanks to your kidney, say thanks to your heart, say thanks to your spleen, say thanks to your brain, thanks to every part of your body. The moment you start being living in gratitude, half your problem is solved. Gratitude plays an important. Now, leave alone gratitude for your own self, to your own body. You should be graceful, grateful for everything around you, to your parents, to your people, to your friends around you, to your friends and relatives, to the people who have given you a job. So here plays a very, very important role of gratitude. Now, we all have heard we should be grateful, we should be having gratitude, but in reality, what will happen? We'll be starting complaining about it. We'll be started in a way, in a negative approach, we'll be moving, which we won't even know. Now, this is where all these small, small things will affect yourselves. It's a very beautiful saying. They tell, little drops of rain make a mighty ocean. Now, why is that little drops of rain make a mighty ocean? Yes, it's all those small, small things. Same way when your health. So today, if by chance, any of you down there, you say, Doc, I'm very healthy individual, that means you're put in a lot of efforts in the past, be it your thinking, be it your nutrition, be it your day-to-day routine, everything you have done a good job. And today you're enjoying that. But if at all, if you are a person with multiple diseases and multiple complications, many a times it is what you did previously is what you sow here. It's like, they always say, you put a mango seed, you will get a mango tree only. The same way, whatever you have sowed your seed before is what you all will be facing today. But it's fine. Whatever we have done in the past, maybe we, with our knowledge or without our knowledge, it doesn't matter. What you need to do is, can we change today? Yes, you can change today. What is that you want to change today? Look into it. Now, can you believe, we all know that we all have a 9 planets, right? In the same way, we have 9 steps of situation in our body, right from the atom to the molecules, to the macromolecule, to the organelle, to the cell, to the tissue, to the organ system by itself, and then finally your human body. It's a very beautiful system what God has created, but most of us don't even look at the organ level, because we only go to a doctor only when there is a problem, and that is when the doctor will tell you, yes, you have this problem. And today, very commonly what you see is diabetes, your blood pressure, heart issues, then stroke, then cancer. These are the main areas most of us are affected. But there are a lot of people having mental illness. That is also another major issue, but we don't come across, but most of the time we ignore it. In fact, what we need to do is, if we can practice meditation, that is another wonderful, just being calm. I'm not talking about, sitting in a particular posture and then, start visualizing something. You don't need to even do that. First, start with the normal, best way for you to get into a meditative state is just breathing in. Just close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. Be aware of the breathing. When you start doing this itself, slowly what will happen is, you will be able to get into a little more calmer state. The moment you are in a calmer state, what will happen is automatically your body starts healing itself. See, when you're in a very angry mood or in a very aggressive mood or in a very, your mind is fully occupied, what happens is your body is totally crumpled actually. Your cell level is totally definitely not able to, the blood supply will not be able to. Have you ever seen people getting damn angry, especially the rage? If you are a person who is having a rage, let me tell you, definitely you will have blood pressure, definitely you will have a stroke, definitely you will have cancer. All these situations, why it comes? Because when you're angry, your whole system goes into a spasm. Now, when it goes into a spasm, actually it is like you're squeezing your your own cells. And when you squeeze your own cells, what will happen? They will die actually. And many a times when these cells are dying, actually every day there are thousands of cells dying and then reproducing. Once again, new cells are forming. For that, what is very, very important is, if at all you want the new cells to be born, definitely when you're 50 years plus, how your new cells, this is where you would have heard of stem cell therapies, where the new cells are being born. For all this, we need to have the right kind of nutrition. We need to remove all the poison from our body and slowly balance our. See, at the end of the day, even to live for a 60 years of life on planet this earth, it is so difficult today because we are facing so many situations. And at the end of the day, we have to, in fact, I shouldn't use the word fighting, but we are actually fighting a battle where many times it is difficult for us to, face it. But it's okay. I feel we are all capable enough for us to, move on this particular journey of life as a human being and live to the fullest of our life, and then start working towards the goal of having peace in our journey of life, harmony in our life, and then we become more healthier. Becoming healthier is very, very, so we are a drop in the ocean, right? Now, if you're a drop in the ocean, and then where did you begin your journey? Of course, we all begin our journey from a single sperm and an ovum when it fertilized, and after that this whole beautiful body was formed. And from a small baby we have grown up to an adult, and of course we go into the old age, and then we move forward. Now, so in that way, we are only a tiny speck with a perishable body. As I told you, with one mosquito bite, we can die. That's the kind of perishable situation we are. So when we are so fragile, and when we are so vulnerable in this planet Earth, then what are we trying to do? What are we trying to focus our life and then tell, okay, I want to do this, I have done this, I have done this. You can do anything, but at the end of the day, who wins? It's the symmetry which wins over us, because ultimately, whether you like it or not, our body goes there. And at the end of the day, what happens? Only your soul leaves your body and moves out. But whatever said and done, what can we do? Even though we are a drop in an ocean, can we achieve something? Yes, why not? We can. Now, just imagine a person who has invented a robot which goes to the Mars, which is how many thousands of kilometers away from the Earth. It goes there and then it starts functioning there. Now, who invented that? It's a human being only. It's not any animals on Earth. So don't you think that human beings are such an intelligent being? So with such high intelligence, why aren't we utilizing to the best of our ability to keep ourselves healthy? We should keep ourselves healthy. We should make our body healthy, and we should run a healthy life. And then we should be able to help other people who are all around us with a healthy situation, so that, it's basically sharing. We are not going to carry anything and go on this planet Earth. Let us share what we have. So today we are all on this planet Earth. We need to share. So by saying that the Earth is covered by 70% of water, human body also equally 70% of water. So there is a lot of comparison, and there is a lot of synchronicity in between the 70 and 30 to make it 100%. So in that way, 70-30 means, if I have finished 70 episodes now, I just need to finish another 30 episodes to make it 100%. And that is the biggest milestone in my journey of life. The reason is 100 episodes doing on a 1 hour of every week has been a big challenging, because talking on a different topics for the past 70, it's been a very biggest challenge. But I could do it. Why? Because it's because of you all. It's not that I could do it if I had all alone. I do not know whether I would have done it, but it's because of all of your, your enthusiasm and your love and your, persistence in coming back and then listening to what I'm talking. That has given me an opportunity to move forward. So whether you like it or not, water is an integral part of our life and our body. So cellular hydration is very important, for the reason, if your cells are not healthy enough with the required amount of water, definitely the cells will die of dehydration. Now, on the other side, definitely you need nutrition also. But without food, we still can handle it, doesn't it? We can do. I have tried fasting without eating any food for almost 15 days, just drinking terrace water. For 15 days, I could manage. So that means our body can still survive just with water. You don't need to eat food. Now, there are a lot of other people who are all also doing a regular fasting, and then they're able to handle it just by. So that means water is something very, but without water, how long can you stay? Maximum 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Fourth day, your kidney will start failing, because kidney needs water for it to regulate your blood pressure. It needs to regulate your water content in your body. Your immune system needs water. So all these, when you look at, it's quite a very, very alarming situation that on this planet Earth, for us to live, God created 70% of water surrounding us. But still, can you believe there are a lot of people who are actually deficient of water inside the body? Now imagine you are living in cities. Even in cities, why is that your water is content in your body is less? Because we do not consume the right amount of water. We do not take time to drink water, number one. Number two, are we having a filtered water with the right kind of properties? That is another big issue. Everybody are drinking water, but is the right properties are available or not? We do not know. But now, when you understand that there is a resonated water, terahertz resonated water available, so why not you look into it, share this beautiful concept to the people, and then, of course, sometimes some people may not be able to afford that whatever 4,000 plus to buy the instrument. It's still okay, but we can always give the 5 liter can waters resonate and give it to them. That is another wonderful sharing. That is another wonderful we can help our society. Now, in this picture, when you can see the cell, I'm talking about one cell. It's just one cell. Now, if your cell, just visualize that. So can you believe it is being told that one cell is one universe? Now, you all know that Earth is one planet, and then there are how many universes out there? There are many actually. And it has been told that your one cell is one universe. That means how many universes you have in your body? 50 trillion universe, inside our own body. Now just imagine why I'm saying this, because when I did my epigenetic diploma, when I went inside and when I started going inside the cell and started seeing those small DNA strands and how they work and how they do the exchange of information, how they pick up your proteins, how they pick up your vitamins. Oh, this is an ultimate. I wouldn't know how God created in such a beautiful manner that at the cellular level, at one cell only, if the DNA can work so beautifully. Now imagine as a whole body, how beautifully it is. Synchronizingly, they are all working together. Now just imagine if every organ starts fighting to their own cell, like the heart says, hey, I'm not going to help you. I will not do anything for you. I will not going to, like you're climbing the stairs, the heart has to pump a little more blood, right? Of course, your leg will be asking, please give me more blood. If the heart says, no, 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 I'm not going to give, what will happen? Now, just imagine in our own body, if they start fighting with each other, you will not be able to do anything. Correct, right? Now, just imagine that situation. But outside, when you see, why is that we are not like, we don't live a brotherly kind of journey of life? Why is that? We should be in such a, as one family. Why is that we cannot live? Our neighbors, we don't talk to each other, and we hardly are, smile to people when we see them outside. Why is that we are doing that? Now, because we see different, okay, he is different, I am different, we are different. So that is why many times the difference of opinion, the difference of mindset is the reason. So just imagine one cell in your body, and what happens? Water carries all the nutrients to all the cells of your body, into our body, and oxygen to our brain. As you need water, and water allows the body to absorb and assimilate all the minerals, vitamin, amino acids, your glucose and other substance. And water flushes out toxins and waste. Now imagine after the metabolism, one cell, once again I'm requesting you, one cell only. If one cell needs water for it to absorb nutrients, absorb and flush the toxins out, you need a proper amount of water for one cell. So imagine for 50 trillion cells, how much of water do you need? You definitely need around 3 to 4 liters of water every day, slowly hydrating them. And it helps to regulate your temperature. Now, how many of you would have seen if the moment you get fever, if you just start drinking terahertz water itself, your fever will start coming down. Number one. Number two, if you have any allergic situation, like some insect bite and you feel itchy, right? Now that time you just spray the terahertz water over that area, and then you start drinking terahertz water for the next 30 minutes. After that, I think the itch and all will go away. How is that? Because the moment the water goes inside your cell, the cell will actually throw out and wash away the poison or the toxin and clean it up. That job it does. The maid, like you have a maid for your home, right? Something like that. We have a self-made, made by the creator inside your cell. They will do the job. You don't even have to go and talk to them and tell them, hello, clean these vessels. They will do the cleansing and throw it out automatically. It's just like, when you eat your food, do you give a command to your food saying that, okay, now you go and digest into your stomach. Then after that, please go down from the intestine. We are going to absorb this switch you have to on. And after that, the next day morning, you go to the toilet and flush it out. Do you give any commands? No, isn't it? Have you ever thought of it? Without any command, your body starts working so beautifully. So in that way, if you look at for the cellular function, you need water in every aspect. Now, to go in also, you need water. To push it out also, you need water. Saying that, can you see, I'm talking once again, one cell only, one cell. So collectively, when you look at our whole body, our body in the cells, they need 25 liters of water, 25 totally, totally. And then, how many liters of water is there outside the extracellular fluid is around 12. Then plus another C. So average of around 40 to 42 liters of water your whole body needs. But daily when you are drinking around 3 to 3.5 liters or 4 liters of water, this automatically will get hydrated and then they will store it and they know what to do. So finally what is happening is, as we are talking now, where is the more water available right now to be a cell is inside your cell only. It is almost 25. It's quite a bit of it for the whole body. Now, when your whole body has sufficient amount of water, what will happen? Don't you think they will all do their work automatically? Don't you think you will be healthy? Don't you think the cell knows if there is any virus coming in? They all, no, just imagine your 70% of your cells have required amount of water, required amount of nutrition, and one virus comes inside. Even a dengue mosquito comes and bites you, and then that particular larvae is running. You think our cells cannot fight them? Definitely the 70% will go attack them and kill them and throw them out. It's a beautiful mechanism. But why is that some people cannot? The reason is, in our body, when you have too much of toxin. So once again, visualize the cell and imagine a lot of toxin inside. Garbage is there inside the cell. And the water content, instead of 25, it's only 5 liters of water there inside your cell, and there's a lot of garbage. Now what the cell will do, it needs to throw the garbage out. It cannot throw the garbage out. So what will happen? The cell will die automatically. If one cell dies, okay, we have 50 trillion cells, right? But just imagine if 30 to 40% of our cells die, what will happen? Automatically we have to manage with the 50 to 60% of the cells. Is it easy for us? No. That is when once a disease sets in, you would have noticed that it's not easy for you to reverse the disease. It's not easy for the person to recoup back. And especially who are all 50 years and above, let me tell you, we all are in the same age group. And I think we all will go through the same challenges. But the beautiful challenge, what we can do is, you make yourself healthy, drink sufficient amount of water, and then definitely you can keep the diseases away from you. It is possible. Now, what is the important criteria? Why is that I'm talking about cellular hydration is, number one, the criteria is the door of the cell called aquaporin. There is a door. So just visualize there is a cell and there is a door for it. We all have a home and then we have one door, one windows and all, right? Like that, there is one door for you to go in and come out. The same way, every cell will have a door, something called aquaporin is there. The name of it is called aquaporin, so that the water can. So now the water molecule must be small enough for it to go inside and do the job. So if the water molecule must be small, how small it should be? It should be 2 nanometers and smaller. Now, and the frequency, that means the vibration, at what level it should be. If it is anywhere between 40 to 60 hertz, is good enough actually. It is good enough. Our cells can pick it up. But what you're seeing is our terahertz resonated water is 7.6. Where is 40 and where is 7.6? 7.6 is a much, much smaller, right? That is how when you're talking about the cell being, the hydration part of it, it just penetrates. Now for your information, the water molecule size of terahertz resonated water is around 2 nanometers. Can you see in the picture? What is a, you can see the number 1 there, protein molecule, that is a DNA, which is of that particular between 1 and 10. Now this is 2 nanometers, is 1 and 2 is somewhere nearby. So that means it is a very, very small molecule. And today, for your another, just to share you, we do have tablets of for diseases like, for example, diabetes. We want to give you vitamin C. Just if I were to give you vitamin C, today we have something to do with liposomal vitamin C. We can make it. So just imagine liposomal vitamin C means that means it is the molecular size is so small. So what happens when you consume this particular vitamin C, it will immediately get absorbed. Now, when your water molecule is also so small, don't you think the absorption of water will be so good that your hydration can take place immediately? Good enough, isn't it? So this is where you need to understand that that is why a lot of people we are talking about the water molecule size. And what you're seeing here, can you see on the top here, red color, blue color? This is a 1 water molecule. They are all standing in a queue. So when they are standing in a queue, it's much more easier for them to walk in and your cell. Now, these are all clusters of cells. Now, once the clusters of cells, what you're seeing here, can you see the gate is here, but the water cannot go inside because the clusters are big. But if the cluster is something like this, instead of a cluster, they are all linear. What happens? The penetration into the aquaporin is much more easier. So automatically, one by one, the water molecules start going inside. Now, you're only doing a big favor by drinking the right amount of water, right? But can you imagine that each water molecule, after it is resonated and it goes inside and it can be in a linear structure and it can be absorbed much more easily. Now, here is a picture where you can see the aquaporin. Can you see here 1, 2, and 3? There are only 3 water molecules which are going slowly one by one into your aquaporin gate there. You cannot see bunch of water molecules jumping inside and going, right? Now, this is where Dr. Peter Agre in 1992 found this aquaporin, but he got a Nobel Prize only in 2003. All right. So aquaporin is a water gates for your for a water molecule to go inside it at the cell level. Now, commonly, what are the types of water you all have probably on this, like in our normal cities is you can get tap water, which is the most polluted. Then we get spring water. Then we can get well water. You can get oasis water. You can get ionized water. You can get river water. You can get distilled water. You can get reverse osmosis water. You can get structured water, Schumann's energy water, Emret water, and today we have terahertz resonated water. Now, this is an advantage is there are a lot of beautiful features of this particular water molecule, and that's where you will be astonished to see that when people are coming and telling me, hey doc, my diabetes has come down, my blood pressure has come down, my heart problem is better, my allergies are better, my psoriasis is better, skin issues are better. So like this, there is a list of things, but what they are talking is diseases. But drinking the right amount of water also has helped those beautiful souls to recoup. Now, ideally, what your water should be is you need to drink a water which is almost 7.4 to 8 pH water. The total dissolved content between 50 to 200 maximum is good enough. But anything more than that is not good. But WHO has accepted until 500. But 500, if you have total dissolved solvents, it will put a pressure on your kidneys. So you need to have a little bit of minerals and trace element in your water. Then the ORP always is minus is always better. Anything between minus 100 to minus 200 is very good. But if you can get around 300 to 400 also very good. But there are cases where we can treat cancer and other cases where the ORP is minus 800 to 1000. When you're talking about minus to 800 to 1000 ORP, that means the pH of that particular water will be nothing less than 13 to 14, very high alkaline pH. Now, these are all when you're talking about high metabolic issues and then cancer very serious, they have tried drinking the high alkaline water and it's given a lot of benefit. And of course, your water should be free from bacteria, viruses, and then parasites, and it should not contain, very important, please note, you should not contain heavy toxic metals like lead, mercury, cadmium, aluminum. All these should not be there. Chemicals should not be there, and then pesticides should not be there. But in today's world, we cannot avoid it. Definitely, it is all there. but we are forced to take. But if you can invest a good amount of money for a good filtration system, it's always better. Now, terahertz water, where can you store it? You can store it in clay, mud pots, glass containers, ceramic, copper containers. Now this is, we are talking about general, that's why I am able to let you know that you can keep it in copper containers. This is only the filtered water. But if you're talking about our resonated water, metal containers, we are supposed to avoid it, for the only reason that there will be a little bit of change in the molecular structure or a disturbance in that linearity of the your molecule. That's the only reason actually. But if you're going to collect the water instantly in a glass of steel glass or a copper glass, and then you're going to drink it, I don't think there should be any problem or any situation. Now, I was talking about cellular hydration, right? So just imagine the same cell, there is a dehydration. That means there is no water inside the cell. What you see in the photograph on the slide down there. Now, it takes only 2%, loss of the total water content for your body to start feeling thirsty. And once you are at this point, your body is already in a state of dehydration. But cellular dehydration goes unnoticed because you don't even know that the cell has been not having an appropriate amount of water, and it affects your metabolism, and the balance between the intracellular and the extracellular is affected. The waste solutes retained inside cell, and it doesn't go outside, your cell will die. Now, it affects your DNA also, definitely the information, and reacts definitely to the epigenetic factor. See, for example, if your DNA inside the cell, just visualize and then imagine that your DNA is there and there is no water there, and your cell is looking for water, but there is no water, but there is a metabolism going on, and all the waste products are stuck there. And added to that, the environmental factor like hot sun or radiation coming in, the poisons what we eat, all is going inside. Your DNA will start reading all the information wrongly and then start manifesting. This is where the cancer cells also grow very fast in an environment where there is less of oxygen, a lot of pollutants, and a lot of heavy metals are there. Cancer cells will start multiplying very fast. There are a lot of reasons, other reasons, of course, genetic reason we can talk. There are a lot of other hormonal issues are there when you're talking about cancer. But in a general aspect, if you see, if you can give sufficient amount of water to your cell, is good enough for you to sustain a good amount of health. Now, which are the organs need water? Every organ needs water, whether you like it or not. Now, when every organ needs water, how much of water are you supposed to drink? You are supposed to drink an average ideal 3 to 3.5 to 4 liters of water you are supposed to drink. And when I'm talking about cellular hydration, I'm talking about brain cells. They need water. Muscle cells, they need water. Spleen, they need water. Intestine cells, they need water. Liver cells, they need water. So like that, if you go at the cellular level, they all need, but only thing, they look at a bigger organ, then you think that bigger organ, whether because they don't complain to you. Many times because our body doesn't complain to us, that's the reason we take things for granted. And today we have our terahertz resonator or a wave generator, which is our what you see here. It is a low frequency, it is much more safer, and then of course it's used in the aviation industry, mobile phone industry. It's going to be the future in our medical devices, and definitely it is much more safer to use as an MRI with the terahertz device, and it can detect fake medicines, especially in the customs, and duplicate products can be picked up with the terahertz wave. So the future definitely is going to be terahertz. And already we have a terahertz blower, which is available in our terahertz company. And then this is also doing a lot of wonderful job, especially people having a lot of pain. It does a good job of reducing the pain, reducing the cell swelling. All these are there. So drinking water on one side, using our blower on another side, and then having a right nutrition, all plays a very, very important role in your health. Now, just buying a resonator only for water is not our big change. But here what happens is, it can be used for water, it can be used for juices, it can be used for oil or liquid or any other gel. We can use our resonator and then resonate it. Now, because it's a low frequency, there are a lot of benefits for being good enough at the cellular level. And of course, when it is a low frequency, it can help to remove all the toxic chemicals, magnetic radiation, and also rewrite. Now, this is something very, very important. It can rewrite harmful magnetic messages of the water molecule. If it is wrongly given, this water molecule can go and change it. And definitely this low frequency water, when you are drinking regularly, when you expose yourself to sun rays or x-rays and high pressure, it does not affect your resonated water. And also using a resonated oil also it will reduce your absorption, especially the you can save around 20% of the cooking oil can be saved, because once you resonate the oil, the usage is much lesser. For example, you're using 1 liter of oil, a normal oil, for 1 month. When you're using a resonated same oil, will probably 1 month, 10 days, you will be able to use it. And you can use a little portion, and then it doesn't get rancid very fast. Other than that, of course, resonated water helps to keep your intestinal health also very good, so that it can maintain good bacteria. And I've been using it for plants and all, they grow very well. And I did a lot of testing also done on with the terahertz water. So it is an amazing product, an amazing situation for every one of us, that we all need to drink. The properties of what terahertz water has is good enough for a healthy living condition. Now, saying that, the one of the important message for every one of you is cellular health is the most important health for every one of. It's not the organ health I'm talking. It's the cellular health, because that is what is epigenetics all about, and that is what I'm practicing. And of course, we all need to work at cellular level. Start maybe today, and such of those who are all new today, look into it, and then start working at your cellular health. Then you should become healthier in the next 3 months to 6 months. And then it takes 2 years. If at all you're talking about cellular health, it will take 2 years for you to change the cellular level and become much more healthier. And of course, terahertz resonated water is doing a great job right now. There are a lot of testimonies we have with going around there. So what you need to do is, especially when you're recommending someone, you have to start up with a lower dose of around 500 ml, then increase it to 1000, 1500, then 2000. And finally, you can drink fully terahertz resonated water. It's going to be the future. So one of the best way for you to keep yourself equipped will be is know yourself first. What exactly is this terahertz all about? What is this resonation all about? And when you resonate a water, what happens? What are the properties of water? So look for always a holistic solution. It's always easier when you have a holistic solution. And the quest for knowledge of knowledge is a key to your life. So read and obtain a lot of information from credible persons in the society and pick it up, and then you use it for your. And of course, do not look for cures for diseases from one source, or either products or drugs or other means. You need to have a wider vision. Like when you have a 360-degree vision, you can see so many things. But if you have a tubular vision, you can see only a particular focus point of it. So in that way, you take responsibility of your life, so that you do the groundwork, and then you have to stop blaming others or anything under the sun for the problems what you are going through. You have to stop. This is what very important to all of us is, we should stop blaming others for what we are responsible. Take responsibility and have a very, very balanced lifestyle, and so that it's a very easy way when you can have a balanced lifestyle, and you're equipped with all the information from right from the universe. There are a lot of good information we have. We are all here to enjoy this life, every second of life. Now, saying that, what I would request every one of you is, do not trust everything and everything on the Google doctor. Yes, this is because there are a lot of information which is wrong. And then, of course, people today fancied in putting everything under the TikTok, everything in your Twitter. But ultimately, let me tell you, you don't need to go into all those details of getting information. But it is good to go through. But it has really revolutionized the way we used to last time. Anything you want to, you have to go to the library, pick up the book, and then open it, and then see what is it. But today we have the internet facility, wherein with the Google, of course, I salute Google for whatever it's doing a great job. But at the same time, when there is some wrong information, we do not know whether it's a wrong information or right information, but we trust it, and then we get emotionally get disturbed. So always one of the ABC of life is always be careful, and then run your life much more cautiously than what you can think. And with that, I think it is the journey of all of us has come to an end for today. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And looking forward to see every one of you next week with a new topic. Thank you very much and have a wonderful week ahead. And Anna, you can take over. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Prabhu. I learned another good, excellent lesson today from you. I really look forward because I've been also in health industry for many years, 20 to 30 years.
Okay.
So what you are talking about, I can understand. And I do fully agree with you that our attitude towards life is our can say one of the key things. And really mental illness now is really rising. And also many people are sick. We can see you ask everybody today, we do prospecting, we see so many people getting sick left and right. So many people getting sick. So what you are doing today, and I hope more and more people will come and listen to you. They learn from you, then their attitude change, their thinking change.
Correct.
Then we also, apart from drinking terrace water, which is of course a very good water, I'm also in this business, and I also help a lot of people already. But with good mental attitude, with the way we face things, we have gratitude heart. Dr. Prabhu, yes, good, really. So let's see if there's any questions here.
Yeah, I just read one question. Someone is asking for the spur. Spur is a mechanical problem for your bone. So how will terrace water help us? See, basically we should not. That is why in my last slide I had put, do not connect diseases into your drinking water. Drinking water is a basic. You have to drink water whether you like it or not. Now, what you need to understand is spur is a problem wherein the growing from the bone, there is something growing above. So the only way is either you use a soft shoes or soft chappals, number one. And if it is grown so much that it is causing a pain, you need to see an orthopedic surgeon and they will actually shave it off. They will actually burr it up and then clean it up and then they will make it smoothen it. So this is a physical problem. So don't expect our terrates to help you there. But I will not be dare enough to say, because sometime I do not know. Maybe someone would have drank water and the spur would have disappeared. I don't know. But if someone is there, then I think it's a blessing for them.
Okay, let's see. All right. Oh, there's no more questions here, it seems.
That's wonderful. Thank you. That means all have become so intelligent that they are able to understand. And then, no, I'm really very happy because every one of us are intelligent. It's not that I'm intelligent enough and I'm talking to you all. No, I see every one of you down there is very intelligent, and then you are here to live a wonderful life. And God will be so happy when he sees from above there and see, wow, my children are also intelligent. And I feel we should make him proud, because we need to handle our lifestyle so beautifully that we have no complaints. We should not complain. We should only compliment everything, whatever we have to compliment. Because you just imagine one breath you take inside and one breath you leave inside is a second. Now that it's a blessing. Now, sometimes you take a breath, one breath doesn't come out, that means you're dead. There are so many people out there dying every day. And you and I are alive here. So let's enjoy this beautiful moment. And until I come back with the next week with a new topic. So you all take care and have a wonderful journey. Loads of blessing to all of you.
Doctor, got one question, doctor.
Yeah.
Can those with pacemakers or stents drink terrace water?
Okay, the truth is, I have seen pacemakers, people have drank this water before knowing that when they said pacemaker people cannot drink water. This is what they were told, and then they stopped the water. Actually, until they came to know, they were drinking the water and they didn't have any problem. They didn't have any problem. Now, if at all, let's walk this truth of life. Number one, every day you're supposed to drink water. Number one, you will drink water, whether you are having pacemaker or no pacemaker. So even with pacemaker, you're going to drink water. So what I would request is, what we can do is, maybe start with 500 ml of our terrace water. Then the remaining part of it, you mix it up with the normal water, start drinking it. Let your body get adapted to it. Then slowly your body knows what to do. Your body will know what to do. It will not react. Actually, the only reason why the company is a little careful in advising, like in any tablet, if you see behind, they would have put children, there is no clinical study, so beware. Pregnant ladies, beware. Why they put is because they want to be safe. So in the same way, the company wants to be safe, especially because metal, so there is a battery there. But in reality, we should try drinking the water from a lower amount, probably mix it up and then drink. There shouldn't be any problem. Stents also, like what about those stents? Like if you're already on a stent, what will happen is you need your blood to be thin. That's why the doctors are all giving you blood thinners. It's called blood thinners, right? Now what will happen is, of course, when you're drinking the terahertz water, it will dilute your blood a little more than what it is required, and then it will be much more easier and smoother. The only good news is water is a natural phenomenon. It is not a chemical. So we are not using a chemical to dilute your water. So in that way, such of those who are all taking all these aspirin, and you need to get back to your doctor. And then when you are continuously taking the terahertz water, maybe the doctor will actually reduce your requirement of aspirin. If it is you are taking around 100 milligram, they can bring it down to 50, but provided you have to take their guidance and then talk to them, and then you have to balance yourself according to the situation with the doctor. Because many times from here I can talk, but unless you are under my care, then only I'll be able to boldly, slowly reduce it, and then probably we will substitute with other natural blood thinners, like even like if you are taking garlic, it is also a blood thinner. Like that, we can look into some natural mechanisms. Thank you, Madam Anna.
Okay, thank you. I think that's about all. Everybody just said thank you to you. That's all. Appreciate you.
Thank
Dr.
you very
Prabhu.
much.
Thank you. I think that's all. Should we
There's
say
one
good
more
night?
question. I'll answer this also. See, anybody normally what we would advise is, like if you're on a blood thinners, we will advise you to stop all those medication 3 to 5 days well in advance, then go for the operation, and then after the operation, minimum 3 weeks. See, I always say minimum 3 weeks is because the body is going through a stressful condition and the body needs to recoup back. So please allow your body to recoup back. And after a surgical event, definitely the blood will be very thin. So if you are going to drink water and suddenly it's going to bleed and all, will be a problem. That is the reason it's always safe for you to drink normal water first, and then after 3 weeks, get back to your normal routine. And you start drinking back your terahertz water after 3 weeks. You should wait for 3 weeks, preferably.
Doctor, what about laser eyes? After the laser their eyes, how soon can they drink?
Laser shouldn't be a problem, because laser, you are not cutting anything, right? There won't be any bleeding.
Oh, okay.
There's no bleeding there. We are only concerned when there is a cut, using a knife, you are cutting. Actually, there will be a bleeding issue. But today, our surgical procedures are so high tech. We use actually laser techniques to even open the skin. To stop the bleeding. Also, we use high profile cautery machines. So it's not a problem, but still, it's better to be safe than feel sorry later on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Good night to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good night.